Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
Hey guys, you are tuning in to the Femme Fresh podcast, and I'm your host, Laura.
I'm Clarissa.
And we decided to create this podcast for women, because we want to create a community around Western Sydney women, you know?
100%.
And I thought it'd be a little fun storytelling time talking about our first impressions of each other when we first met.
What did you think of me when you first met me? I was scared.
Low-key, when I first, my first impression of you, I thought you were like some Newtown hipster girl. But because your hair was like shaved at the back, you were wearing like those kind of hipster t-shirts with like the graphics and stuff. And I thought you were scary. And that's why I didn't approach you, because I was scared of you.
Do you want to know what's so funny is I thought you were a hipster, like you were like too cool, like you. I was like, oh my god, she's in church, but she got tattoos, like she's badass. Yeah, yeah. And I was like, oh, she's cool. Oh,
oh my
she
gosh.
snows.
Oh my gosh.
No, she doesn't.
How embarrassing. Nah, that's funny. But then later on, we got to know each other.
Yeah,
I mean,
so crazy, like.
Because you were coming to church.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we.
Yeah. We, I don't know. We just started hanging out. I think, when was our. Oh, yeah. New Year's.
It was New Year's is when we connected.
We kind of bonded.
In 2018.
Oh, you remember the year?
Yeah, bro.
I feel like it was like so long ago, but it was only like
a few years ago,
Wow. I feel like we become so close. That's so crazy to me. That was like
a while ago. Yeah, like not so long ago.
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, but during New Year's is when I actually got to speak to you.
Yeah, because it was like one of those like kickback nights. Everyone just getting loosey-goosey and just like, those chats where everyone's in a circle.
Like
and
those DNMs.
DNM vibes. I don't know if we're doing like truth or dare vibes. And yeah, I actually got to know you and I was like, oh, no, she's cool.
Yeah, it's like those first impressions kind of just dissolved.
Yeah, and we
into
went
the
to
abyss.
literally like the same day, like during the day, like New Year's Day, we went to Coogee Beach and went for a night swim.
Oh my gosh,
do you remember
was that on the same day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was,
okay. Yeah. Cool. And like because of that, like I was so excited to be your friend. I mean, where we were at the time, where were you like in life during that moment?
I think I was going through a lot, just with like friendships and stuff, and it was a hard time. And I think going to church or just like not even church, but just a new community of like you guys and everyone who was around. I think it was really nice to join a new community,
just a new environment.
And
yeah.
I think I really needed that, and I needed just something new in my life, and it turned out to be like really awesome. And I met some really amazing people. And it was so amazing. What about you? Where were you?
I think at that point in my life, I was in a really good place. Like I was still studying counseling, and I just felt good about myself where I was then. Like I felt like I overcame like my depression and anxiety. So I felt during that time I was very empowered, and
that's nice,
like seeing you at that stage, I just felt so drawn to just be present with you.
So
yeah. And I
don't
think
know how to accept like compliments or like
just say thanks, man.
thanks.
Just say thank you. Thank you. But yeah, I felt really drawn to you at that time, and just listening to you, and being able to support you, and I don't even know you.
I think that was so awesome, and it was so great to, I guess, like have you there at that time, even though we weren't like super close yet. But then like we ended up becoming super close, and like I've confided in you and like spoken to you a lot of things that I don't share with a lot of people. So it was really nice. It's just kind of like I feel like we created this safe kind of space for each other.
Yeah, exactly.
And I guess that's what's really cool. I think that's why we wanted to do this podcast, because it's like this is our safe space. Like we always talk about some kind of deep things, or just like we're always like trying to be self-aware and a bit analytical about like why we think the way we think, and why we do the things we do. So
exactly. And
nice.
it's kind of like we want to encourage our audiences to aim to have relationships with substance. You know, we always, even though whenever we hang out, the conversations always lead to deep and meaningful experiences, you know, and I think that's the beauty of relationships, that you can have safe spaces like this.
100%.
And I hope you guys have safe spaces too. If not, you know, just hit us up. Like,
it'll happen. We'll talk about it more.
Exactly. And I mean, from that friendship, like, we started to hang out a lot more, you know.
100%.
And I think I was like still trying to be creative, and then like I was taking photos for you.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so when I first, that's so crazy. I forgot about that.
I even recorded a video of you singing.
Wow.
But it never went, whatever. But
it never got released.
Yeah. And like you even invited me to your recital, your final recital.
Oh yeah, when I was I still was at uni when I knew you.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like you just graduated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
When that happened.
Went to my recital. That was so wild. What a throwback.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I cried at your recital because one of the songs, I still have it on my iPhone.
You always say you're like, this is never be like released, but I have it.
Yeah.
I listen to it.
I listen to it all the time because it had such profound lyrics, you know.
Wow, she was deep. But yeah, I think it's so crazy. Yeah, you were doing photos for me. That was like literally before my first single that I released, Vulnerable. Yeah. And that whole thing, like you literally did the photos for that, which is so cool.
How crazy is that?
I know.
Wow, I feel so honored.
Yeah. Oh no, it was so awesome. And then I feel like you just kind of brought up this whole idea of like a media blog, and I was like, well, what is this? Like, I think it was like on a Sunday, maybe after church sometime, you came out to me and you're like, oh, like, I have an idea and I want to make this. Like,
I was so excited. Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, this is cool. And it started off as a podcast, literally. Like, you were just like, I want to record a podcast for the West. And that's how we created
the Western. And if you don't know what the Western is honestly an online publication that aims to create this community of creatives, musos, whatever, any industry you're in for Western Sydney, you know. And oh man, when I think about it, like I think I was telling you this the other day, but I was going through like my uni notebooks and I wrote this down that I wanted to start something like this.
So cool.
You know, and then during that time, before I brought that up to you, a mate of mine, Ryan Toledo, his brother and his mate started their own podcast, and I was so intrigued by it. I'm like, I'm coming over. Yeah. I want to watch you record. Yeah. And then from that moment, I was like, can I borrow your mixer?
Like gear for age.
Yeah. And then the craziest thing, like, you were just so keen to help me out with it.
It was so cool.
Yeah. And because of that, we got to meet awesome people. Like, the people we interviewed, we ended up having so much fun with them.
And some became, like, really great friends.
Yeah.
Including our good friend Denise in the corner.
Denny from Next Out Film.
Who's helping us record.
Like, till this day, he's still here.
Till this day.
But, like, the craziest thing about that is, because during that time I was working in media. Yeah. And then I was talking to my mate about this project. We're starting this thing. And he's like, oh, I know a guy. And then it was Denny. Like,
oh my God, true.
Yeah. I was like, what a small world, you know? Yeah. And it's crazy how we started this thing and it kind of sparked this community. Yeah. You know, when you think about it, we were able to inspire people to be more creative. Yeah. And create more content and whatnot.
So why did you create the Western? What was your like idea and inspiration behind it?
Well, for me, I've always worked in media. So like, and I was in that phase of like blogging, you know, blogging days.
What did you use?
What did I use?
Blogspot.
Yeah. I knew it. Yeah. So I really enjoyed that, but it wasn't as fulfilling. Like, it feels weird for me to talk about me like in a blog, if that makes sense. And working in media, I started noticing like how different it is from the West. Working in the city, and I started realizing the negative stigma that people from that space saw the West. And for me, it triggered me a lot. Like, they would say, "Oh, did you get home safe? Like, are you okay to travel to work?" Yeah, and I was very shocked by it because I was never exposed to this, you know. And when we think about the West, for me, it's home. Like, some things happen, like criminal stuff, but where else doesn't it not happen? And like, for them to not see the beauty in this community, it just sparked something in me that I want to showcase what is happening here. Because when you think about it, like, everyone we knew was doing something amazing. But there wasn't a platform for them. You know, no one was really talking about them, and they didn't have an opportunity to share what they were really creating. So that's the reason why, you know. And also community, like, how can we connect with each other? How can we inspire each other? Or, you know, like, that's why. It's so weird talking about it.
I know, it's weird.
I rarely talk about it. You know.
But it's cool that we're here now and we're able to do stuff like this. And I feel like we've had, like, I don't know, a pretty awesome impact on the community. And it's awesome that, you know, we grew from just a podcast to like having a whole team of amazing, beautiful people who write.
Shout out to our team.
Shout out to the team. They're so awesome.
It was such a crazy time because we even hosted our first event, which was your music video release.
Oh yeah, I was full like, what event? What was first? Oh my god. Music video.
And I remember us fully worrying, like, it was you, Denny, John, Shaz, and Eski. We were worrying that no one was going to come.
I was like, because the guy was like, oh, you have to have a minimum of 40 people, or you can't get your bond back, or because you put a deposit or whatever on the venue. It was just some pub in Rudy Hill
Imperial Hotel. Shout out to you
in Rudy Hill. And then I was so worried. I was like, it's fine. Like, and then I was like, you know, if we don't have money to pay the artists, I'll just pay them.
We'll just pay them.
Like, I was so worried. I just didn't want it to be a flop. And then it was so good. Like, it ended up
over 100 people. Like, we reached capacity to the point where we had to say no to people that bought tickets. And I sincerely apologize because we did not expect or prepare for that. You know, like,
we didn't know.
I
felt so bad. Like, literally, I heard of people were like, I literally tried to come, but they
said no at the door. Thanks, John, for being the soldier at the front.
Oh my god, it was so bad.
But like, as like we reflect on that, you know, like, we really set a new scene for people. Like, we can do stuff out here in the West.
I think we realized that people are interested. Like, I think we were so worried that no one was going to be into it. No one wants to go to these things. And we realized, like, pretty quickly that, there's, like,
there's a need
community.
For it. Yeah, exactly right. And from there, like, we started doing podcasts, and then we started the website and, like, writing. And then we put a call out for anyone that would be keen to ride.
That was so scary. Oh my god.
I know.
Do you remember, like, we had like a first meeting with everyone, and it was so like, I was like, oh my god, I don't know anyone here. What is this? It was very scary at first, but it was nice.
And for me, like, I was like, whoa, we have a team. I don't even know what I'm doing with this. I don't know where it's going. But the fact that people believed in what we were doing, that, you know, that was like so powerful. I was like, why are you guys even here? Like, I'm sorry, like, you know. And through that, we became so close to everyone on the team, and we ended up becoming like a family, which is really cute.
A little Western family.
It's
cute.
And it's crazy just thinking about it. But the whole reflection.
100%. But it's been so much fun. And I'm super grateful that you like
I'm
asked me.
super grateful for you. I wouldn't haven't like been able to do this, without you.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe we should do a little reflection on from like compared to like our first impressions of each other.
True.
And I mean like to now, like getting to know you and really know you. Like what's your feels? Tell me what your feels.
I don't know. I think, getting to know you and through this whole past 3 years, so crazy. Like, I don't know. I really came to admire you and who you are as a person.
I don't
this
take
just
compliment.
like a gas me up podcast? We're just like, let's just like compliment each other.
But how often do we do this?
I know.
You know what I mean?
I know.
And we're encouraging you to gas other people up.
It was funny. We were hanging out, and then I was like to you, I was like, you were just saying like, I'm so grateful for you, and I was like, like I wanted to say it back, but like I'm not like.
If you're not feeling it, don't say it.
No, I feel it, but I'm just not great with words. Like,
yeah.
I think I'm the type of person who just like I express love, love languages
in
and
very,
stuff. Like
very different
I'm
ways.
I'm a more of a like acts of service type of person.
Yeah.
And I'll show you, but I can't really be like.
You can't say it.
Appreciate. I mean, I tried to just then before, as you notice. But no, I genuinely do appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I feel like you've taught me so much just as a friend and almost like older sister vibes. Like it's really not. Yeah, I know because I feel like I didn't have that growing up, and
because you were raised with wolves, not just raised by boys.
Basically, I was in a house of boys. So, it's just nice to have that, and I guess you've been, when we met at that time in your life, you had been in a good place and I wasn't, so it was nice to have a bit of guidance and just like a bit of wisdom from you. And I feel like now you've probably seen me go through a lot of different things, and
it's incredible.
I think it's kind of beautiful that we could share that with each other, and I've seen you as well grow. Like you're constantly growing, and I love that about you, that you're always open to constantly grow.
Wow, this is a lot of compliments. I was just expecting like a 2-liner.
No, not jokes. Yeah, you're just awesome. You started a whole thing and a whole movement, but you started it
with you, without you. Know what I mean? Nah, but like when I first met you to where you are now, like man, I remember like how scared you were, or like and your confidence now is incredible. Like that's you personally have grown so much from when I've met you. Like it's kind of like you found yourself and you found your own voice, and having that confidence to be able to even know what you want now, and being able to say no when you can, and not like what you were saying, your goal is not being apologetic. And something that you inspire me about is just your willingness. Like you were saying, your love language is acts of kindness, and your willingness to just help. And if you did not help me, I don't think this would happen. Like the amount of times I was like, should I keep going with this? Like, why are we doing this? Like, why are we, like,
was so good.
Like you have really built the foundation of this with me, and I can't thank you enough. And even just listening to me, like I talk a lot. I really do. And I can talk on and on and on about life, but it's amazing. Like just seeing you grow inspires me that, hey, like we can actually inspire people in our community to really connect with themselves and find whatever it is they want to do and help them do it, and seeing you just do everything and anything. I thought you were so talented. I'm like, wow, she knows how to play piano. She knows how to sing. She knows how to play guitar. She knows how to mix audio. She knows, and you're so talented.
Thanks so much.
Your lyrics, your feels, they're so real that your songs actually touch people that don't even know you. Like one of my mates is like, I want to come to her gigs.
So
I love her music. Like, and a few songs, my like Woman, Worthy, they have made me cry.
It's so funny because it's a bit funny, but it's like a bit weird. But I don't know, for some reason those are I love those songs, like, personally, but like
they're my worst songs.
They're my least favorite to perform because I feel like it's just not
too
a
emotional.
vibe. I guess time and place, but like
yeah,
I love that those are like your favorite songs. And also I just want to say, like, I feel like you encourage me to really touch on, you know, the topics of vulnerability and really delve into my feelings and not be afraid of that. So
100%.
I feel like a lot of that's why, you know, I write about those things, because I was able to, you know, get into that, and I realized that that's, you know, what kind of connects us to people.
100%. It's through like those rough moments, those challenges, and most of the time our instinct is to avoid them, you know, like we want to protect ourselves from not being hurt. How can I get rid of this feeling, you know? But what you've done is like you felt it, you've honed it, and you've been able to express it.
Yeah, that's so crazy, because at, you know, the point in like our lives that we met, like previous to that, I never like I suppressed my emotions so much, and you know, I was so afraid to feel anything that I would just block it and put it at the back burner, and like and you know, and it showed in, you know, relationships, like, and the things that happened because I wasn't able to express my feelings. A lot of things happen.
It's kind of like you close off like opportunities of real connection when you do that.
And like, you know, I always think everything happens for a reason, though, because I wouldn't be at this point if I didn't go through those things. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't have met you. You
had to start somewhere.
Really. So I think even though I feel like I wish I was at a different point back then, I still, like, no regrets, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Like,
it's all good.
Like, those moments, like, are moments that we're gonna cherish.
Really shape us.
Cherish for a long-ass time, I mean. And, you know, I'm so excited to have this podcast with you, you know, so people can get to know us. Don't stalk us. Not jokes.
You know what's so funny, actually, though? Like, you literally, when we were doing the original, like, first season of, like, the Western podcast, you were like, when am I going to interview you? And I was like, no.
Yeah, no, you were like, I'm never jumping on the mic.
I was like, I'm never. You will never see me with a mic in my hand for a podcast.
And now look at you.
I mean, but now it's us. But I think, you know, I wasn't really, like, I feel like now I'm in a good place.
Yeah,
where I feel
to be able to share.
And I have more things to share about, you know what I mean? Like, I can touch on the topics that we want to talk about. And we've had conversations that I'm like, no, we can share this. And
oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Yeah. No, it's good, because I feel like because there's so much like guy stuff out there online. I just felt
boy stuff.
Yeah, girl stuff. Boy stuff. And don't forget the girl stuff. Like, I just felt what is out there for women. I know there is a lot, but like women that are colored, our age, where we are in life, that can connect with us.
Yeah, and I just feel like it'd be nice, you know, to share the things that we, you know, have been through, and I feel like I just wanted to emulate what we experienced with each other, and I want to share that with other people. Yeah, which is why I want to do this, you know, like before, obviously, like I don't want to do stuff that's kind of heavily focused on me, but like because this is something that, you know, I like and I think is important. Yeah, so I'm
sure.
Down.
And you know what, dear audience, dear diary, no, in all honesty, the Western and what we do is truly inspired by our community and our relationships. You know, we know what it's like to struggle. We know what it's like to be lost, to be hopeless, to not know what our passion is, not know what our values are, you know, and we really want to inspire you guys to discover that within yourself and to really connect with people around you at a much deeper level rather than just surface level talk, like, you know, where you can't even share like, oh, I'm having a bad day, or I'm struggling with this thought. You know, like, we do this to inspire you. Really? Yeah. Like, it's not for us to become influencers. I mean, if you want to sponsor us, not jokes. Sponsor us. But like, yeah, like purely from the bottom of our hearts, we want to be able to meet with you guys, you know, create a support group, create a community that's safe for everybody. Yeah. And I think that's a wrap for like a first epi. What do you think about that?
How do you
feel?
No, I think It's pretty cute, eh?
That's nice.
That was nice. Yeah, I think it was a good first ep. I was a bit nervy about obviously podcasting things. As you soon will realize, I don't like to talk about myself, but I love having conversations.
Yeah, exactly. And don't worry, I'm here with you.
Yeah,
It's like these things aren't here, you know. Nah, but seriously, guys, I hope you join us on this journey. We do have 9 more episodes that we've actually talked about and planned out, and we honestly hope that you guys enjoy it. Follow us, subscribe to 100%. Us, and do you want to how about you say a word of encouragement to the audience? Quote of the day.
Laura, no.
Quote of the day and song of the day. Or do you want to do what song you're thinking of? Oh, no. You share a quote and your song of choice. Okay. And then I'll share mine.
Quote of the day. I feel like I'm just trying to think about
Chicken Tonight. Jeez.
I feel like I'm just trying to think about stuff that I've been
reflecting on lately.
I feel like I don't have anything that profound to say, but
no,
it's
you
okay.
Do. You said something yesterday.
What did I say?
We talked about a lot of things.
I guess like reflecting on like what we've like my journey and like you like watching me. I think don't be afraid or lean into the afraidness. This is not profound at all. But anyway,
no, it is. Don't downplay it.
The words ain't happening, but like I'm trying to say,
lean into the fear.
Like lean into it. Like experience all the feels. Like don't like that's a part of the whole thing. And I think, that just happens with the journey. And now that I reflect on it, and I look back and I'm like, I couldn't have been where I am now if I didn't go through those things. So if you're in like a sticky situation or a bad place, just like it's almost a sense of hope. It's not invalidating what you're going through. It's just there is hope kind of for the future. Kind of hope. There is hope.
Kind of. We don't know.
For the future.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry if you're going through a rough time right now, but
just feel it,
Yeah, feel all the feels. And hopefully you can share what you've been going through with another friend or people,
or DM us, man.
Talk to us.
Yeah, talk to us. I'd be keen to kind of hear what people want to share, that'd be nice.
I think that's awesome. But what is your word
my quote of
the
day?
day?
Word of the day. Whoa, is it church? What have I been reflecting on? I think so this kind of plays on with feelings and emotions, and something that I personally have been reflecting on is whenever we have a uneasy thought or an uneasy feeling, it's human instinct to fix it, to solve it, to how can I protect myself from feeling this way. So instead of that, what I've been doing is just sitting with the feelings and not doing with it, doing anything with it, because they just come and go. And you have to understand that you are not these thoughts. Like, these thoughts are just like playing, and it's not reality. It's not anything. It's just in your head. So, and instead of acting out on something that's really nothing, like, just sit with it, Yeah.
Feel all the feels.
Feel all the feels.
You are not your thoughts, honey.
You are not alone.
You are not your thoughts.
I am here with you.
Were you gonna do a song of the day?
My song of the day. Oh, that I've had on repeat.
It's gonna be the same as mine. What's yours? No, what's yours?
Liability by Lord.
Oh, no, it's not the same. Okay.
Amar.
Mine was Pick Up Your Feelings.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
You shared that song with me, and I like
Jasmine Sullivan's new record. But
listen to those tracks.
Yeah.
But thanks for tuning in, and we can't wait for episode 2. Follow us on Femme Fresh. Nah, jokes, on the West End. We'll be sharing it on the West End. But the title is Femme Fresh. Oh, yeah, we'll save that for next time. But
anyway.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.